Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Mostly Programming. My name is Vivek Garg and this is the lesson 4th of learning Python scripting from scratch. In today's video, we are going to discuss 4 topics which are what is an expression, how to write expression in Python, what are different operators in Python, and what are basic data types in Python. So, without any further ado, let's get into today's video. But if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do that right now. So, very first we want to discuss about what is an expression. So basically, an expression consists of two parts, operand and operator. Operands are nothing but the values. For example, 2, 3, 4, 5 or any integer or maybe float value or any value is an operand. And what is an operator is like plus, minus, multiply, divide. Right? Expression is the combination of both, and the combination of both these things, that is the operands and operator, evaluates to a single value. I'm going to show you this on the PyCharm itself, on the IDE. Let's open PyCharm, and here I'm going to write print 2 plus 4. Here 2 is a value, that means operand, 4 is a value, that means operand, plus is an operator. I'm printing it. So when I will run this, you will see 6 is printed on the screen here. Yeah. That means an expression is basically a combination of some value with some operator. Right? Similarly, we can write 2 into 3. When I'll run this, it will be 6 as well. Okay. That's how basically we write expressions in Python. And all the expressions evaluate to a single value. That's basically how we write expressions. But I'm going to tell you first the operators that we use in Python. So let's see what all operators do we use in Python. We have these operators in Python. Yeah. So double star means exponent, percentage sign means modulus or remainder, double slash is float division, backward slash, single backward is division, star is multiply, minus is subtraction, plus is addition. These are in the order of highest to lowest precedence. Precedence means priority. If all these operators are there in a single expression, then highest priority will be given to the exponent and lowest will be given to plus. Let's test all these operators out. First I'm going to test the exponent operator, 2 to the power 2. Yeah, 2 to the power 2. So we are going to get 4. It's quite obvious. So exponent, there is nothing to explain about exponential operator. And the second operator is percentage, that is modulus or remainder. So it is going to return as the remainder. 3 divided by 2, we get 1 as remainder, right? So this is going to give us 1, the remainder of the whatever values we are passing. We can also do it for some other value. Let's test it out for 3. So we are going to get here 1 again, because 7 3s are 21 and 1 is remainder. Right? And after that we have float division. Pay attention to this one because this is a little unique and a little bit of understanding is required here. So when I'm going to run this, you will see that the answer is 4. So what float divisions does is, when we divide 22 by 5, we get the answer to be 4.4. Right? We can see that here. When I simply divide 22 by 5, I get 4.4. But when I float divided this, then I get 4. That means float division gives us only the integer part as the output. Whereas simple division gives us the decimal answer here. That is the basic difference between float division and simple division. After that we simply have the multiplication. You all know about multiplication. It's going to give us 110. Yeah, right. And after that we have minus. If I do here minus, we are going to get 17. And if I the last one is plus. Okay, so we have these 7 operators, but what if we want to change the order of precedence? We want to give priority to something else. Then we have the parentheses, the brackets, right? Then what we are going to do is use brackets to override the precedence. I'm going to show you an example. So what we are doing here is, we know that highest priority is given to the exponent. But how I can change that is 3 plus 3. Here I'm going to give it exponent 4. Okay. So let's run it. 1296. Because 6 to the power 4 is not 1296. Is it 1296? Yes, it is 1296. 36 square. Right. So here we get 1296 as our output, because 3 plus 3 is equal to 6, and then 6 to the power 4 is 1296. Okay, so you can change the order of precedence by using brackets. Here, using the table of precedence, highest priority should be given to the exponent, but bracket overrides the precedence, and first 3 plus 3 is added, and then that value's exponent to 4 is our final output. There is nothing much to explain about the operators and writing expressions, but as we are doing it from the basics, so we need to discuss a little about the expressions. We're going to see some more examples about it. If I'm writing here 2 plus 3 into 6, what would be the output? Highest precedence would be given here to the multiplication sign, so the output would be 18 plus 2, 20. Right. But what if I change it like this? Print. In the bracket I'm going to write 2 plus 3 and that into 6. So when I run this, you will see you will get 20 and 30, because here 2 plus 3 is added and then multiplied to 6. Okay, so that was the basic about all the expressions and operators. Now there are some ground rules of writing these expressions. I'm going to quote a very simple example here. See, I have written these 2 sentences in English. This is a grammatically correct sentence. This is a grammatically correct sentence. This grammatically correct sentence is, which one is right? This is a grammatically correct sentence. This first one makes sense. It is difficult to pass this sentence because it is not grammatically correct. It does not make any sense. So similarly, while writing expression, we need to make sense. We need to be syntactically correct. For example, if I'm going to write print, okay, I missed an N. Print 5 plus. If I'm going to run this, it is going to give me an error, invalid syntax. So if we are using an operator, there must be at least 2 operands, right? Also, I can't write this. Yeah, it is also going to give me an error, right? So at the sides of each operator, there should be an operand. That is the basic rule for writing expressions and using operands and using operators. That was the basic about operands and operators and expressions. Let's move on to the main topic of today's video, and that is data types. So you must remember what I just told you about expressions. I told you that expressions are just values combined with operators, and they always evaluate to a single value, right? Expression, that was the definition for expression. An expression consists of 2 parts, operators and operands, and the combination of both evaluates to a single value. Now what data type is? Data type is a category for those values. Basically, it is the type of the data that we are evaluating. For example, if I'm writing print 3 plus 5, and here the type of data is what? Integers, right? Both integers are being added. What if I write here 3 plus 5.0, then I get 8.0. I'm adding integer plus a float. And what if I add here 5, 6 in double quotes? I would get an error, obviously, because strings can't be added to integer. Now, how do we check the type of a particular value if you don't know? So we are going to use type function here, type 5, and I'm going to print it. Okay, sorry, here I will have to write print type 5. Yeah. So I'm going to get here class integer. To check what a particular value, to what class does it belong, I'm going to check it using type function. If I write here 45.678, let's check that. It belongs to class float. Similarly, if I type here a string, anything between double quotes is a string, so it is going to give me string. So that are the three basic data types that we are going to discuss today. We already did discuss them, but still, for the sake of the course, we need to discuss them properly. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, these all are integers, right? These are all integers. 6.7 point something and 6.7, 0.665, all these are floats, right? And these are all strings, right? No, these are not strings. Anything written between double quotes is string, or single quotes, or triple quotes. Yes, in Python we can write a string between either single quotes or double quotes or triple quotes. This is also a string and this is also a string. I'm going to show you by passing all this to the print function. So I'm going to write here a print function and I'm going to pass this and I'm going to run. You will see that will be printed on the screen. And if I change it to single quotes, you're going to see that it is still printing fine, right? If I change it to triple quotes, you're going to see it is still printing fine. Okay, so that was all about the strings. I'm definitely going to make a separate video about string. That was not all about the strings, but the basic data types. So anything written between single quotes or double quotes or triple quotes is considered as a string. It will be discussed definitely in detail, but later on in the video itself. So there's a concept called string concatenation. For example, if I'm writing print Alice plus here another string, when I'm going to print it, both the strings are going to be concatenated. They joined one after the another. I can also concatenate it like this. Simply a space would be printed in between of them. This is string concatenation. I can also concatenate it with the number but passed in strings. That means it is also a string. Okay, this was string concatenation. What if I want to repeat this string like 5 times? Simply what I will do is multiply it by 5. So it is going to print Alice, 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 Alice. This is a new concept. It is not present in any C or C++ language. Okay, so now what if I multiply it with another string? What is going to happen? It give me an error because we can't multiply strings. To repeat a string, we can definitely multiply it with an integer. What if we multiply it with the float? it is still going to give us an error because we can't multiply it with the non-int number. Yes, we can only multiply it with an integer. So that was a little brief about the data types: integers, floats, and strings. There are many more data types, but we are going to discuss them a little later in the course. These were the basic data types. We discussed about expressions, how to write expressions, operators, their order of precedence, how to change the order of precedence, and the 3 basic data types. So I hope it is clear to you guys. If you have any queries, feel free to ask me in the comment section below, or you can even DM me on my social media accounts. The link to those will be in the description box below. So if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Also share with your friends and subscribe to my channel, because your subscriptions give me motivation to make more such videos. Thank you very much for watching.